Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of Big Time Reality TV. I haven't been on in a while, so I thought, man, I've been meaning to get on. I was gonna go on yesterday and mind talk about the challenge of Big Brother, but you know what? I got time to kill before Big Brother airs, so I'm gonna hop on here for about 20-ish minutes, talk about Big Brother in the final 11 right now. Jury probably more than likely, I'm about 90% sure that it starts tomorrow. They didn't announce it on the show last week, but season the jury has started at final 11. So, and then I'll also talk about the challenge rivals three, the finales tonight, down to the final three teams. So, Big Brother 18 first. Okay, before I talk about the season, I just want to make something clear. If there's ever time you see me on Twitter, CC Grad A Kirk show or a season, I'm still watching it because I'm a loyal fan as far as for who I want to root for. And it's going to be like this bullshit. Because honestly, Big Brother 18 and the Challenge Rivals 3 honestly haven't been the best seasons. That's okay, I guess, but Big Brother 18 this season, it started off pretty good. I mean, we had the vets all working together. We had Cody's brother, Polly, Tiffany, and things started out good. But ever since actually on trying to get Frank out, it just went downhill. As you guys know, Frank and happened because it had needed to. Frank was playing a very terrible game, like his boy Boogie said. It's just like are not ideal returnees. Big Brother 13 and 14 live season, but I went back and watched a bunch of seasons. Big Brother 13 and 14 had really good returnees. 13 had freaking Rachel and Brendan, Jeff and Jordan, and then Evil Dick for like a week, and Danielle. Nothing wrong with any of those six. The coaches was with Dan Giesling, one of the greatest of all time. Mike Boogie, the winner of Big Brother All Stars. Janelle Perzina, one of the best Big Brother players to ever win, and then Brittany Haynes. 4 returnees that we had this year: Frank, Dave Vaughn, Nicole, James. While they're all great TV, as game players, they're not very good. Nicole, start with Nicole. She wins HOH week 1. Past few, she had promise for me. I liked her in BB16, but in the premiere, she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to get into another show." And what does she do? I mean, come on, girl. And with the most boring guy on the show, I mean, Corey's like the most vanilla person I've ever seen on the history of reality television show. He's so plain, you know? And Dave Vaughn, she's done a lot better because, I mean, she last year, and she's all the way up to final 11. Unfortunately, I don't see an end game for her. A little bit further than this week or next week. I just hope she lasts a while, but honestly, I don't see her winning. She's been a lot better than last season, though. Got to give her that. James, he's pretty much doing the same thing. Basically, trying to have a show, and this one is actually more legitimate, more genuine with Natalie, and has to. Unfortunately, he doesn't control his HOH weeks, which is a very big. And Big Brother 17, he basically helped the Minority Alliance target Clelly. Clelly was a target somebody they needed to target, but he did what had to be done for the house, not for James. And then last week, the only other male returner, male veteran, in Frank along with Bridget, while that move had to be made, it wasn't the move that needed to be made by James. Somebody else. I don't know, but Frank wasn't the one that James the target. James, we're supposed to target Frank. We're all the girls, pretty much. None of the guys I felt like needed to target Frank. But with that being said, I see James lasting hopefully a little bit longer than he did this last year. I like football on feeds. He's not one of the ones that talks about game 24/7. It's like, well, nobody in the house talks game 24/7, FYI, but more than the rest of the guys in the house. Natalie, his show with Natalie is probably my favorite one. And moving on to, no, we don't need to talk about Frank because he's already been evicted. So yeah, obviously the Power Veto comp's probably going on right now on the East Coast. I know who wins, but I'm not going to say. The person I think is going home, the person that pretty much everybody else thinks is going home, either one, which I think is possible for this week. I mean, some of the people in the house might go on the block if the veto gets used. Isn't targeting a certain group of people. So why do you want to get rid of somebody that's not on your side when somebody like Jid or Paulie, I don't know, some of the people like Michelle, like Zakia, why would you keep Bridget over the replacement nominee? I'm not even going to mention who the replacement nominee is. Why would you keep the replacement nominee? Why do you take the replacement nominee out when? Okay, I'll just say it. Dick. People are probably not going to watch this till later, if anybody watches it. Davon, Paulie wins veto. Davon gets. Davon, I mean, yeah, she doesn't really trust Nicole that much. To the guys before anybody. With the exception of James, Victor's more than likely on her radar. After this, Paul might be. Story of the child. Paulie. People are catching on to. So we'll see. But I feel like Davon won't target people like Michelle, like Zakia. She might eventually target Nicole, but I don't see it happening right now. So yeah, overall, Paul's HOH week was a bust. I mean, putting up Bridget was an obvious choice. I mean, that's basically what happened last season after Clelly got taken out. Becky won the HOH, and she put up Shelly. At that, I mean, the person was on the block the previous week, but to ask for a pawn in final 11, they're 10. I think Redding did that at final 7 or 8, maybe. I think it was 7. That's not a bad move. That's a lot later in the game when there are a lot less people in the house, but there's 11 people in the house. I think the nominees were the right nominees, and Paulie and Bridget, but should have been like, oh, I nominate you, Paulie, you, Bridget. Both you guys put me up already. I got to return the favor. That's it. Pawn when your HOH. I mean, I see it acceptable at times, but it's like you need to play your game. You don't need to play. Is annoying me with the last two HOHs, Paul and James. They're basically letting Paulie run the HOH weeks. If they don't see how big of a threat Paulie is, and then I'll end on this and transition into Rivals 3. If they don't see how much big of a threat Paulie is, he's going to Final 3, Final 2, depending on who he's there. Honestly, I don't see him losing anybody. I mean, going down the line, Nicole, no. She's, I don't think she has a chance of winning. Natalie works best if it's a bitter jury. Natalie can win. If James is in a Final 2 with Natalie, Zakia, maybe even Michelle, I think James wins. Corey, no chance. Victor, I could see him. I mean, I don't want him to because he was a buyback competitor win. Big Brother US and Big Brother Canada. We've seen two buyback finalists in Big Brother Canada go to the final, but I don't want to see Victor win back. If it wasn't Tiffany, I was glad it was him because I don't want Jose, I don't want Bronte, didn't really care for who was. Victor, yeah. Paul, he might have a chance. I mean, I don't. I feel like his chances are definitely up there because he plays the game honestly. He doesn't. Yeah, I did just call his HOH with bust, but he's straight up with people. So my health might not. Trying to think of so who knows if she survives this week or not. Like I said, Paulie could be any of the competitors. My winner pick, I want her to win. I still do want her to win, but I don't know. It's going to be tough. Yeah, let's transition into Rivals 3. Finales tonight. Got the final 3 teams of Bananas and Sarah, Jen and Vince, and then the lucky SOBs, Devin and Cheyenne. If you would have told me this would be the final 3 of Rivals 3 beginning of the season, I probably would have believed you. Devin and Cheyenne lose the first elimination round to Jessica and Johnny Riley. I gotta say, Devin has definitely changed my tune on Devin from already the one to the challenge. I think he's got a very witty sense of humor. He's still a slash douchebag, but he's redeemed himself for the most part. Cheyenne, I've always loved Cheyenne, so I'm glad they cast her in the challenge. I feel like, and I asked this in the RHAP poll, they didn't answer. They didn't ask it. They didn't answer it though. She feels a casting type that Casey filled my girl Jasmine from Rural Cancun and a bunch of challenges who I've had on my podcast / webcast 100 times. I felt like a spot where, and even Devin to an extent, you know they're not going to win, but they're funny as hell, and you gotta have some buffers in there. I mean, you can't put all, as much as we want them to do, you can't put all alpha people. You can't put like all Emily Strom. They're all, who's a strong dude, are all Corey's. You can't do that. I mean, you got to put in people that will make funny one-liners here and there, and not necessarily be the strongest, but definitely be a heart. If you guys don't remember, Whitney and I, we did a preview show, and my final four for was now it was Bananas and Sarah. Obviously, he was going to touch Bananas and Sarah. If they went out before the final, that would have been the biggest upset in challenge history, even more of a big upset than Bananas going out twice on X's 2. I said Jamie and Kellyanne. That team, Kellyanne, up until Bloodlines. I mean, she only did 2 challenges, but she made it to the end on both of them. And Jamie obviously won Bloodlines. I mean, obviously it was a large part to CM, but he was a winner. Corey and Ashley. Ashley was the only one that I actually got to speak with during this challenge. I did it, and love her to death. Oh my God, she was amazing. If you guys haven't checked that out, I don't remember the Block Talk Radio. I'm sure it's on Talking Reality TV.blogspot.com. The link is somewhere, so check that out. And then my winner pick was Wes and Nani, which was looking pretty good. I mean, they won. If you count the elimination where Tom went home, they won a total of 3 eliminations. They beat Jamie and Kellyanne, who was a formidable foe. They beat Nate and Christina and Ashley. And they fell just a little bit short to Daria and Nicole. As far as the outcome goes tonight, it's obviously, you don't even need to watch the show, to be honest with you, to know who wins the season. Bananas is going to get a 6th win. Sarah's going to get her 2nd win. Whether or not Bananas takes the money from Sarah is, we'll find out. I think Devin and Cheyenne, I don't know, it's going to be close for 2nd. I didn't realize this until I rewatched the episode a couple days ago. Devin and Cheyenne are actually in 2nd right now. If they end up pulling it off and beating Vince and Zena, giving Jenner a straight third place finish, I think both are on season 29. Unless it's a theme that doesn't fit to either of them. But X's 3, I don't think next season's gonna be X's 3, but if it was, I mean, you got Cheyenne and Corey, you got Devin and Camilla, but Camilla claims to be retired. So hey, it all depends on the thing. I just hope next season, and I'll leave off on this. Well, actually, no, Jen and Vince real quick. Vince was okay. During the season, he wasn't as annoying as he was in Bloodlines. He still was annoying. I mean, especially with last week and with the Tony fight. I don't know. He's just don't like. I don't get. I'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm gonna sign off. It's just about 20 minutes since I've been on air. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kurt. And yeah, catch you guys later.